Now, I have to make it very clear to you that I'm not a doctor or a scientist or a chemist, but I have been studying water now for almost 6 years, so I can call myself a hydration specialist, and that sounds rather good. And we have to be very careful not to guarantee or promise anything, but we can tell you about our own results with drinking this water, and also the results and testimonials from people we know, and there have been a great many of those. Now, I'd like to ask that you keep your questions and discussions till the end so that we can get through this in about an hour, and we do welcome questions and discussions at the end. Now, if anybody would like to take notes, we have a pen and paper here. Does anybody like to use a pen and paper? No, you all got excellent memories? Wonderful. Now, sometimes when people start drinking Kangen water, they have what we politely call some cleansing effects. Now, this could mean that you get a slight headache. On the other hand, it could mean that you get a little case of the trots, where you have to go trotting off to the bathroom a lot. If something like this happens, it's actually really good because your body is detoxing, and it means that the water is working, which is what you want. So do not be alarmed if that happens. It's a really good sign. Now, the name of the company that makes these machines is Enagic. It's a Japanese company which is 43 years old. Now, it's very easy to remember the name Enagic because it rhymes with... Thank you. Not tragic, that one person once said. The right answer is definitely magic, and some people call this magic water. And the name of the water is Kangen water, a Japanese word which means return to origin. And we'll go into that a little bit more later. The company Enagic has been in business 43 years. This is not a new technology. In fact, it began in Russia about 1850. The Japanese picked it up and ran with it. And in Japan, Kangen machines are a registered medical device, and I believe also in Canada. In Japan, these machines are used in 400 hospitals and clinics and recommended by about 7,000 doctors. The components of the machine are medical grade, including medical grade titanium and platinum. This is not the latest kitchen whiz. This is an accredited piece of medical equipment that actually works. This picture here is just some of the many awards and certificates that Enagic has been awarded for the quality of their water and the quality of their machines. Now, people are always asking me, how did you get involved in this? And Alex and I were living in Adelaide 6 years ago, and I heard about Kangen water, and I wasn't at all interested because I didn't like water and I didn't drink water. And guess what? I knew all about water. It's H2O. Is there anything else to know? However, eventually I went along to one of these meetings. I might add kicking and screaming because I really didn't want to be there. And Alex came with me, and we got to the door, and they had this stand with glasses of water on it. And I thought, water? Where's my glass of wine? When you go out to an evening, they give you a glass of wine. However, we picked up our water, and we went in, and we listened, and John Nagati was the speaker that night. And we watched the magic show, which we're going to do tonight, and we were absolutely blown away by what we saw. So we got our own Kangen machine, which was wonderful, and we came to Christchurch about 4 years ago, and I think we were the only people in Christchurch with a Kangen machine, and now we have people from Whangarei at the top of the North Island to Bluff at the bottom of the South Island, and hundreds in between. And the reason that this is so successful is that the water works. So that's my story, folks. Now, this is a picture of a beautiful mountain stream on the way back from Kaiteriteri in the Lewis Pass. And I got Alex to stop the car so I could take the picture, which I did, and then drop my phone in the beautiful mountain stream. But I did manage to pull it out. Now, water is not just water. If you're like me and think it's just H2O, you have a little bit to learn. And not all water is equal. Now, about 3/4 of our body is water. So that's, about up to here, friends. Your body is completely water. Your body is more water than anything else. Therefore, the quality of the water in your body has got to be of a very great significance. The quality of water equals the quality of life. And when you think about it, no life on this planet exists without water. Right from a little ant up to an elephant, and every bird and every fish and every plant and every person in between, we all need water to be alive. If we didn't have water, we would not be here. And when they send spaceships up to look for life on other planets, what are they looking for? Water. That's right. Because if there's water, there might be life. And if there isn't water, there will not be any life. So no life exists without water. Now, some of us have been told that we should drink 8 glasses of water a day. Who's been told that? Yes. So people get up in the morning and they have their morning cup of coffee, then they have a cup of tea, and then they might have a glass of soda water and some fruit juice and some hot chocolate and another cup of coffee, and they say, aren't I good? I've had my 8 glasses. But actually you haven't had any water, because everything you drank was water mixed with something else. And when you mix something else with water, you change the molecular structure, and your body doesn't treat it just as water. So I'm not saying don't have your cup of tea or whatever. I like a chai latte now and then. But I'm saying have your glasses of water. The fish know this. If you put fish in a bowl of water, they'll be very happy. But if you put them in a bowl of soda, they can't jump out, they will die. So just water is vitally important. Now, I said the word Kangen means return to origin. When water melts from a glacier, it bubbles down a little mountain stream. It's full of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and all these beautiful minerals. It bubbles over rocks and down little waterfalls, and it's pristine, and it's alive. And you could say it's happy, singing, dancing water. By the time it comes out our tap, it has been vastly changed. You could say it has been traumatized. It's been through so many processes and had so many things added to it that what comes out of the tap is nothing like the beautiful, alive water that starts off in the mountains. Now, these beautiful waters occur several places on our planet. On the little video you saw, there was a town called Lourdes in France. Have you heard of that? Yeah. People go there to bathe in the waters and to drink the waters, and they apparently have miraculous cures. I've spoken to people that have been there, and there's a wall outside the town with wheelchairs and crutches on it from people that didn't need them anymore. And there are other places in the world too. There's one in Germany, one in Mexico, and one in China. But my favourite one would be a place called the Hunza Valley, which is high up in the Himalayas. Who has heard of the Hunza Valley? Yep, some of you have. Now, people in the Hunza, they live an extraordinarily long life, and they don't have any degenerative diseases. I have some books here about them. These are men in their 90s. They look pretty good. In fact, men are still procreating in their 90s. And women in their 80s and 90s look half their age. I've got just a little excerpt here. They're talking about the things that we need to live, and obviously we need air. Our second most immediate need in obtaining ultimate health is water. We can last much longer if deprived of food. You see, you can go without food for about a month, but only a day or two without water. A quick examination of our mineral makeup reveals that our bodies are made up almost entirely of water. This then is probably the most vital basic building material for our very existence. So what the Kangen machine does is it takes tap water, puts it through an electrolysis process, and what comes out of the tap is water like you would find in the Hunza Valley. They call it glacial milk because when they pick it out of the waterfall or the river, it's so filled with bubbles that it's milky. And you will notice when the water comes out of the Kangen tap, it's the same. It's almost milky. It has so many bubbles in it. So that is why the water, our water, is called Kangen, and it means return to origin. Now, Kangen water has three main features. One, it's a potent antioxidant water. Two, it's hexagonal water. And three, it is alkalized water. Now we're going to go through each one of these and learn a little bit about them and then do some experiments. So firstly, antioxidants. Who knows what antioxidants are? Right. Are they good? Yes. Okay, so if antioxidants are the good guys, what's the opposite? Oxidants, also known as free radicals. That's right. Free radicals harmful, antioxidants really good for you. So we've got an example up here. When you cut an apple in half, it oxidizes. Ever seen that happen? Yep. This is another example. Lindsay's just going to fix that little hiccup. Another example of oxidation. You have a handsome young man here, and this is him about 50 or 60 years later. He has oxidized. So oxidizing is rusting, aging, and sickness. And with Kangen water, we have antioxidation, anti-inflammatory, and anti-aging, which I like the sound of very much. Now here we have another example, two glasses with nails and screws in them. Now this glass has got tap water in it, and this one has Kangen water. They have both been left for about 9 months. And you will see that this has gone rusty, as you would expect water to do with nails and screws in it. And this is almost clear, so it hasn't oxidized. So if this is an analogy for what's going on inside my body, I would much rather have that one. The amount of antioxidants you maintain in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. I thought that was such an impactful quote, I had to include it. It's by Dr. Richard Cutler. He is a director of anti-aging research.